Hello ladies and gents, my name is Roque and I'm here today to bring you another Dark and Light analysis video. This time we're going to be exploring Estel. Now let me just say right off the bat, watching this video, wow. They have done a lot to Estel. It looks really nice, really nice. I'm not sure if this one, because I know Zarahul comes from the Unreal 4. I'm not sure if they got it from the shop or the community forums, but I know that they got that asset from the Unreal Engine, itself. But I'm not sure if Estel is custom or not, but even if it isn't, wow. It looks really nice. It looks really nice. I haven't really seen anything like this before in, well, even as far as RPGs go, I haven't really seen a city like this. Like a full-on elven city. This is something you would only see in like Lord of the Rings or something like that. But anyway, I've blabbered on enough. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. So we're approaching the Elven City. Oh, let me just pause right there. Oh my god, take in that scenery. Just take a moment. Wow. Now that looks amazing. Really done a good job with the city. Now this abbot right here, I've been wondering about him. He kind of looks like a resurrection shrine NPC of some sorts. I wonder if when you die, if you respawn at Estel, if you respawn right here at this guy. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But it looks like you actually might. Just keep going. Pause. So, I've been wondering about the hay because it looks like you use hay periodically if it's in your inventory. I'm not sure what for though. It's either spoiling. No, that's probably what it is. I think it's spoiling. Because at first I was thinking, are you eating food automatically or what's going on there? But no, it's probably just spoiled. My question is, what do you use hay for? Because I don't really remember what you would use it for in a game like Ark. Or what the equivalent of it would be in Ark for that matter. I can't remember what fiber I think it's called. Yeah, fiber in Ark. For crafting mainly, but why would that be expiring as hay? It's kind of weird. I do see the berries though. I remember in the last video that he was just chowing down on those berries when he got down to 0.0 health. One thing I hope isn't an issue is that when the game first goes into early access, some survival games, H1Z1, are known for being really over the top when it comes to your hunger, so that you have to keep eating food like every 5 minutes and you are starving faster than you can gather the food basically. Also encountered the same thing when I played Ark a few months ago, and it was really annoying as a starting out player. It's not so much of an issue as soon as you get set up to the point where you have like a huge amount of meat and whatnot that you can just eat whenever you want. But starting out though, it becomes a real big issue when you're trying to like set yourself up, but you have to worry about gathering food every 5 minutes. It's just kind of counterproductive in that sense. But I know starting out it's supposed to be a lot harsher than it is when you're actually set up, but still, I'm hoping that's like moderated a bit more, where it's a balanced kind of hunger. We don't need to be starving like the first 10 minutes into the game before we even know where to get the food, because that wouldn't help anybody, right? All right. Let's see. So I can see the crafting system here. It's pretty interesting. I'm loving those jazz hands. Now, I'm pretty sure that's just the animation of the game thinking you're pulling your staff out that has a lightning spell on it, but there might be something going on there. You might have some hand-based magic combat that you're able to use. That would be freaking awesome if you did. Get some Doctor Strange in here. Hold on, let me go back really quick. Make sure I didn't see anything before the heavy breathing starts. Or I didn't miss anything, rather. That is a really nice city. See, I wanna see the residential areas though. I wanna know what you can actually do with those residential areas, how you buy your house, what happens once you buy it, what you can build on it, those kinds of things. I'm hoping we see that in the upcoming content that we get from Dark and Light. Those vendors probably are fully working like the one in Vardo. At least I hope so. And you could probably purchase items from those vendors. Which I love that you can do that, by the way. That's pretty cool. This city to the right here, this looks like a huge freaking city. Or building. Sorry, building. Looks like a huge building. I'm hoping that's used for something cool. Could be like a bank or something. I don't think there's actually. I think last time Horsejoke talked about banks, I think he primarily said it was going to be tied to your house. Like whatever you had in your house, that was your bank. I don't think that we have any actual like physical bank locations in the game. Still got some NPCs walking around, thank goodness, because I was just about to say, I remember Horsejoke said that Vardo is probably the most developed right now, and then comes Estel, and Zarahoul still got some work to it, so we might not see that for a little bit. But I'm glad to see that in Estel, the citizens are still have basic interactions and are still walking around and such. It'll be nice to see if they add something to where the citizens have conversations with each other, or they can interact with you even, or you can talk to them and go through a few lines of dialogue. Just, something to give it that RPG sense to it would be really cool. They could have some commentary when you pass by them, especially the guards. Someone stole my sweet boy. I'm just kidding. That breathing, man. Something interesting I wanted to note was these dragons over here, or wyverns, sorry. But so in one of the pictures that was showcased a while ago about Estel, we saw a bunch of dragons flying around Estel in a picture. Well, I think it was either a picture or the video itself. I think it actually might have been in the trailer. Yeah, the gameplay trailer, the first one that they released. I think that there was a bunch of wyverns flying around Estel, and it looks like, let me come up a little further here on the road. By the way, look at that waterfall. That is really nice. That looks pristine. There we go. Also loving the music. Loving that music. But yeah, we can see wyverns flying up, and they even come down, like right there. See that? And I was wondering, in the first video I started doing for the analysis, in the taming video, if the dragons were just going to keep flying in place on the ground like that, which might look a little weird, or if they were actually going to be flying up in the air too. It looks like they might actually transition from flying to the ground to back up in the air, which I think would be really cool. That way you could just wait for your opportune moment to, shoot them down and try to tame them or kill them or whatever you want to do with them, rather than having it given to you like right off the bat. And then we have the Kodo. Someone was thinking that the name Kodo sounded silly for this creature's name, or this creature, and I'm actually more than I've been thinking about it. I think it's pretty silly too, but it's a name. It's a name. I probably would come up with a lot worse ones than this, so I can't really blame him for choosing Kodo. It does make it seem cuter than it actually is. So of course you can punch animals, of course. And we have damage numbers. That was something interesting that I looked at, or that I saw last time I watched it. It's pretty cool that you have damage numbers. You can see how much damage you're doing to mobs and people. Hopefully people. Something that I wanted to point out though. Two things. First off, that looks like a griffin up there. Or I'm not actually sure what that is. Is that a vulture? Some kind of big bird that looks, the front of it looks too ugly to be a griffin. Looks too narrow, looks like a vulture. Yeah, I think that's a vulture. But also, we get a look at the floating islands over there. You see that? Now, we might be able to build on those islands. That would be pretty cool, to say the least. In terms of where you're usually able to build in terms of sandboxes, we're going to have access to those floating islands if they provide us with that feature. And we'll be able to build underground, because last time we checked, you were still able to build underground. And I am really looking forward to that personally. I think we'll probably see more. We'll see more on that when Zarahoul content comes out. We'll probably see some more underground-based building and gameplay. This guy just gets wrecked. Oh god! Fatality. You got knocked out. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that is so obviously those ones are going to be a little hard to kill, you're going to want to have a group to take down one of these things, or tame it for that matter. Not sure if this is one of the ones where you have to kill it repeatedly to tame it, or chain it down with the grappling hooks. If I had to guess, I'm pretty sure you probably have to grapple hook this thing, but could be wrong. I just know the more magical creatures, such as yetis, those are the ones that you have to kill repeatedly to tame, which that's gonna be tough. But yeah, this city looks really, really good so far. I'm looking forward to this city. See, I'm kind of torn right now between whether I want to live in Vardo or live in this elven city. And you know, the good thing about this is that most survival sandboxes, if they do include cities, they're really generic and they're pretty much copycats. There's really nothing that separates them apart from the other. Let me see. Mortal Online I can't use as a prime example because they do have differences between the cities, a lot of them in fact, but the general style of the city, besides Morin Kurum, I think the name is, of that city, because that city looked more like a Japanese or Chinese styled city as opposed to the other ones that you know, just like basic regular old sandbox ones. But no, on this matter, these cities look and feel different. I mean, this is crazy. And the fact that you're seeing dinosaurs and probably other creatures inside and right outside the city, that's insane. You could live in the city if you wanted to. If that residential system works out, you probably could just live in the city. That's one thing I'm looking forward to finding out. Really good. I really hope that terraforming is still in place and that you're actually able to dig underground and live underground if you want to. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. That was Estel. The city looks freaking amazing. I'm loving it so far. And the video wasn't laggy either. Thank goodness. But cons, I'm trying to think of cons. Let's see. Well, we didn't see the fire, so that particle is not really an issue right now because there's no fire going on in Estel, it looks like. Unless I missed some fire. Is there fire? The water particles look pretty great, actually. I want to see if I can get a closer shot of this water. Maybe more coming up here. Just to comment on that really quick. That looks like water you would see in one of Skyrim's... no. Probably not one of Skyrim's water mods. I was about to say that, caught myself. But it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. It's looking really good to me. Yeah, it looks like no fire. I like the look of that moon as well. That looks like a really pristine moon. It's the small things. It's the small things that really matter in the game. But that has got to be one of the better moons that I have seen in games. It's freaking huge, too. I think the way the story goes with that moon, though, is it was actually another planet. But that planet got desecrated and destroyed. And then we, as humans, elves, and dwarves, had to move here and start living on this planet instead. I'm pretty sure that's how the lore goes, but I might be wrong on that. He got knocked out. Look, he's even got torpor going. He's about to get knocked out either way. Yeah, he did. He did. Awesome. Alright, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one, and I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know how you felt in the comments below. If you have any questions, concerns, or just wanted to make a comment about the video, please leave that below. And if you'd like to see more of this, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for seeing, folks. And I'll see you later. Till the next one.